Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon.
Mustafa Ali is out of the Elimination Chamber. Kofi Kingston is now in the Elimination Chamber. And call the cops, Maggle, he done just stole the show! I am Luke Owen. Leave a comment down below to let me know if you think Kofi should win the WWE Championship this Sunday, and vote in the poll above my head to let me know what you thought of the show, where you could choose from Smackdown, Smacktastic, Smack Bang in the Middle, Smackdowner, and a smack in the face. This is the 12th of February 2019 edition of Smackdown Live in about 4 minutes. After recapping Vince McMahon replacing Becky Lynch in the WrestleMania main event with Charlotte Flair, which is all totally real and not a storyline at all, WWE just hates Becky, I'm cancelling my network subscription. Charlotte opened the show to say this was a smart business decision made by Vince McMahon, and then insincerely dedicated her WrestleMania main event to her friend Becky. After cutting heelish promo since late last year and acting like a heel in the Royal Rumble match, despite what Ollie Davis will tell you, this was the most heel Flair has been in a good few years. And it was so refreshing, because Flair is a natural heel. She's a tremendous heel. She's a tremendously effective heel, and this was simply tremendous. She also said that she would be ringside for Ronda Rousey's title defense against Ruby Riott because she may see a new Raw Women's Champion crowned this Sunday.
It might happen. Yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Although at least Ronda is getting a match this Sunday. Has anyone seen Asuka? You know, the SmackDown Women's Champion? That would be because the rest of the SmackDown Women's roster is standing round the ring in a
Control-C, Control-V. Aha!
Yes, the three SmackDown teams heading into the Elimination Chamber to crown new women's champions had the same match as they did last week, only this time with Naomi pinning Mandy Rose, meaning Fire and Desire will start the chamber match with Bayley and Banks on Sunday. The true brilliance of this match, however, was that the IIconics clearly watched yesterday's Wrestle Ramble and refused to tag in the whole match, which totally makes sense because you have nothing to gain by winning. And then they attacked Naomi and Carmella after the match to leave them laying. IIconics rule, and they deserve better. You know when you see a TV segment advertised that sounds average on paper but turns out to be absolutely brilliant? Well, we got that here with McMizTV with the Usos as special guests. The Usos cut a promo on Shane and Miz about not being a true tag team, which the best tag team in the world answered with comedy. But then things got serious with the Usos slapping the microphone out of Miz's hand and Shane telling them that they are the best in the world because they are the champions. The Usos responded with a couple of super kicks to leave the champs laying. This ended up being a really awesome segment, and it added a lot of heat going into their match this Sunday. Which brings us to the main event of the show, which took up the entire second half of SmackDown Live, with the winner of the Gauntlet match getting the final entrance in the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. As was reported by Fightful and PW Insider, Mustafa Ali announced that he was not medically cleared for the match and was instead replaced with Kofi Kingston of New Day. Daniel Bryan also cut another great promo, this time saying that people want to see him lose this Sunday, but those people are lying to themselves. He's not wrong. This led to Kofi and Bryan having the first match of the Gauntlet, which went over 20 minutes and through 2 commercial breaks with not a single rest hold spot in sight. This was fabulous TV wrestling, with Kofi's comebacks constantly being shut down by Big Red Rowan on the outside. In the end, both New Day and Rowan were sent to the back, and Kofi Kingston shockingly pinned WWE Champion Daniel Bryan with the Trouble in Paradise, which he quickly followed up by pinning Jeff Hardy with the SOS, and then channeled his inner Bret Hart to beat Samoa Joe by using the turnbuckle to reverse the Coquina Clutch into a pin. By this point, Kofi had been in the match for 45 minutes. I was fully expecting Joe to just, choke Kofi out, but Kingston made a believer out of me and the whole crowd in the building who wanted to see him go all the way. But like the big heel he is, Samoa Joe locked in the clutch after the match and left him in a bad way for his match with AJ Styles. But Kofi wouldn't give up that easily and had a series of great pinfall spots with Styles, firing the crowd up into even more of a frenzy. AJ finally tapped him out with the calf crusher, which came after Kofi rammed his own knees into the ring post. Clearly this story was originally designed for Mustafa Ali, but this was a star-making and incredible performance by Kofi Kingston, who was in the match for over an hour. And it's led to a lot of people to say that he should win the championship this Sunday. And then Randy Orton hit the RKO from out of nowhere on Styles to win the Gauntlet match and get the final entrance in the chamber. Don't get me wrong, that shrug isn't for Randy winning the match, which was a really good finish to the show, but more because the interesting part of this week's SmackDown was Kofi Kingston stealing the show, and that's what's made me excited for the Chamber this Sunday. Kofi is a guy who has been a WWE mid-carder for over a decade, with stop-start pushes hurting a lot of his main event's credibility. But this show was designed to make you think that Kingston deserves to be in that WWE Championship Chamber match on Sunday, and they made the crowd believe in him. The question is though, is this just a one-off thing for the Chamber, or is Kingston actually moving into the main event picture of SmackDown Live? Time will tell on that one. Still, this was good stuff all round. Shame about Asuka though, eh? Would have been nice for the SmackDown Women's Champion to have a storyline after beating Becky Lynch clean at the Royal Rumble, but what you gonna do? This week's SmackDown Live is SmackDown! Ollie and I were less than impressed with Raw on the other hand, which you can watch our in-depth review of by clicking the WrestleRamble video on screen right now. I've been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.